So please proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The witness is being brought into the hearing.
Chairman, Council Nininga from Parita, Pukana Sediaro, continue. Ko Sedo Tata Kamanane.
Good afternoon, Mr. BADJIE. Welcome back.
Inimbara, Mr. BADJIE. Bismillah, Muruntanam Nyaming.
Would you like to continue in Mandinka or would you like to switch to Wolof or another language? You continue in Mandinka. Thank you. I would like to remind you that you're still under oath. Prior to the break, you told us about the day that the witch hunters came to the police headquarters in Banjul. You told us that they were led by Solo Bojang, who was a major at the time. You said you were the first person who was asked to undress. As the witch doctors used their mirrors and horns to inspect you as well as your office. You said after that, they said that you were clean. And they wanted you to accompany them to other offices around the police headquarters. You said you called Ken Mendy to accompany you so that he would write down the names of individuals who were identified. You told us that it was the Fuller witch doctors who led the way.
Inata fajanko ngimbua mutalal fulolu wole ngisilo tambital nyato.
Solo Bojang was also part of the group.
Solo Bojang fanandabe kafu kono.
You and Ken were also behind them.
Tenin Ken fanambe koma.
And there were some armed men as well escorting you all.
Aning fanang sojarol bal koma inila jorangor kidolu ibal koma albitaka.
From what you said, it was the Fuller witch doctors who were pointing out the different offices. So essentially, they chose which offices to enter. And whenever they identified someone, Ken Mendy would write down the name of the person. You told us that you cannot recall how many people were identified. And you cannot recall who was identified during that office-to-office search at that time. You said after a few offices were inspected, Solo Bojang and the witch doctors wanted to go downstairs and asked you to call your men. You said you called RSM Abdukoli. And you told him to assemble the men. Before you tell us what happened when all the men were gathered, I would very briefly like to show you the photographs that were submitted by Mr. Mustafa Sise yesterday during his testimony. So that you can let us know if these are the people that you recall visiting the police station on that day.
Priya senyandi mafo. Nino multi mialon ko hakilo bulata ko wolle natalla police cordato wolungo.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, I'm referring to the photographs that were admitted into evidence as 0094, exhibits A to H.
Chairman, nino exhibitol din lafta min double la city aro kono andu ngeto sa fele nino mbanga min to fote.
Mr. Badjie, for your benefit, I've included all the photographs, so it includes police officers who were lined up, as well as the goat that was slaughtered on that day.
Mr. Badjie pour nge makoy ngi natalol nge dabulandi aning police wala natalolo aning ba fanang ye min ke sambaje wolungo fanang mo fanang natalo da ka fujele.
As well as photos of the Green Boys, the drums, as well as the witch doctors.
Ning Green Boys no la natalo ti aning nin tantango ni min nata ngol be ka fujele kat isaje ke makoy.
Nga natalo jiwele.
Yes, I've looked at the photos.
Nindo wole la kebat.
This one is the leading marabu.
Ine la kebat.
He's the lead marabu.
Ateni nyine katara nyato.
He used to be with this man in front.
Nyimu ba nyinete.
That's the goat.
Namira brown color leng.
I think the
Brown
goat
or red dal malo.
is either brown or red color. I can't remember properly.
Nying fengol ye wolle fangodu.
These are the things they wore.
Tantangol nyine mbo it remains ngamira tantang kilinteje. Because
The drum-
mo sabale ni manyina tantang sabale.
If I can remember properly, there were 3 drums.
Tantang do nyinteje.
One of the drums is not on the photo.
Thank you very much for that.
Inumbara.
Barka bake. Ñu senyandi nyame.
Can you begin your narration by telling us what happened when all the men assembled downstairs at the police headquarters?
Sila isa continue no la satarola kom kabiring alle kel ngin tembende duma mune natake.
Ring njita duma.
When we came down,
Mol nyimbe nata kewol ni musol polisol.
when everybody was assembled, both male and female police officers,
Wotumo bunda fulo nyimbe menka dung police headquarters to soja roll ni la kidol be lori.
both doors leading into the police headquarters were all sealed by soldiers who were armed.
Nkoye ko
I said,
nkoye nying somanda around 10-11.
I told them this morning around 10 to 11,
The former president, who is the commander-in-chief, Yaya Jammeh Nkole,
the then former president, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Yaya Jammeh, called me
ko Solo Bojang
and
aning fula murole kanajang.
said that Solo Bojang is coming here with Fula Marabus.
Ako, let us all comply with them.
He said, let us all comply with them.
Mumu balanta, niye memfoye balanta,
Anyone who refused to comply,
ni mari bay.
let me sack that person.
Nkwe ya jamele nying kumofo,
I told them that this is Yaya Jammeh's exact words.
birimba fola Solo Bojang abeje,
When I was saying this, Solo Bojang was there.
fulol beje and the entire team ibebe lori.
The Fula Marabus were there with their entire team.
Nkwe mbaltani la, let us comply with it.
I said to them, I am appealing to you, let's all comply.
During that address, did you say anything about the fact that people would be asked to swear an oath?
Kabiring albo yo kumo kachakan police oli minu betembering. Ya tandila ko ibe kalindilale.
Honey, because what on Temalong, what would come up? So
I didn't make.
te wulano ngafo ko ni a manke tonyati.
I didn't say anything like that because at that time I didn't even know what was coming to happen. So I didn't make anybody swear. I didn't know even what was coming to happen.
Wotumo nyimba fango ima dundi na konoto ba nyimbenu motor ngamira motor ta mantarano inside ntolbe dame.
Even at that time this goat was not even brought inside. I think it was inside the vehicle outside.
Outside.
At that point, did you tell the officers and the men what the witch hunters were looking for?
Wato kono fana o sojaro e police o minube lori be e minube temberenge ya fo ne nyin bua morolti lafta munila lafta mun nyinila
Na chilo manje made.
I cannot remember that.
Na chilo manje ma.
No, I cannot remember that.
Apart from what you've told us, do you recall saying anything else?
Yemi fo mole jang yaklo blata ko e fen fanan fo le mami fo mole ni jang.
As it possible, maybe Jandimbe Parela, na mind sitaka. Because Nankari Al Qurano, and Malafika Femfo, me ala maso.
It's possible, but I swore by the Quran. But before I leave this place, whatever my mind comes back to or whatever I remember, I will repeat it here.
I could hachilo baka nga fuene ako mumu man comply. Nye dismiss with immediate effect.
Yes, I remember that I said to them that the instruction from the former head of state is that anybody who doesn't comply, let me sack that person with immediate effect.
Wotumo solo na la mul bebe lorim because leftale kai tandile la ko amanken tetin temanyu nati. I'm under command.
By that time, Solo was there with all the entourage. And I wanted them to understand that this is not my command. It is not me who has ordered this thing to take place. I was under command.
And he was the president and commander-in-chief.
What I told them was that this is an order from Yaya Jammeh. He was the commander-in-chief and the president.
After your address, did anyone else say anything during that gathering?
Kabri parete la kachandirola fo mo diamuta mo efem fo atol kono kabri ngalbe wo kachandirola kabali kel tembendi
Mala.
No, I don't.
Mala on hachilo mama. But mala fana in service ni IGFM for mobe wula le ka chorus. Maybe solo as a possible solo fana as a possible fana diamo. Because senior officer
I cannot remember.
As a possible like diamo but until police command movement diamo no but as a possible solo diamo.
From
until ni nata te position babulo.
From me as IG, I don't remember saying anything else. But there is a possibility that Solo might have said something because he came with these people and he was also a senior officer in the military. So it's possible that he might say something, but I cannot remember exact anything. But from the police, from myself or to any other member of the police, I don't remember anybody saying anything else.
After the address you made, can you describe the activities that took place? What happened next?
Menketa nyimfulol ni la tantangol inatalo tema nka paret kedame.
What happened was that these Fula men came with their drums and stood in the middle of the parade ground.
Iko moli circle tek.
They said, let people stand in a circle around them. People stood in that formation. They stood in a circle and they were in the middle singing and drumming. Those holding horns and mirrors were pointing at people. They were pointing those instruments at the people.
Enata few people identified.
They identified few people at that place there at the parade ground.
Enata ngaje iko Kumbajata. He was then Malong Ninatale for superintendent or chief superintendent. But at Elebenum Banyan station as deputy commissioner.
Well, that's where they identified Kumbajata. I cannot remember exactly whether he was a superintendent or chief superintendent, but he was responsible as deputy commissioner for the Banjul area.
Inata ya fum Ibriye Kumba identify.
When Kumba was identified,
Inata for Kumba eko membe bala abondi because membe bala amambetea.
That's why they told Kumba to remove the things on his body because those things weren't good.
So inata for ntolmanya na kaje because amambetea puru moyaje.
At that time, they said we shouldn't see those things that Kumba had on his body because they were bad things and we shouldn't see them.
So inin Kumba dunta ole nyama ala office auto.
That's how they went Kumba back into his office.
Because parade ground tolbedama inin Kumbala office is less than even 5 meters.
Because at the parade ground where we were standing was less than 5 meters to Kumba's office.
Biri Duntala office after 10 minutes ifintitana.
When they went into his office, after 10 minutes, they came out with him.
Kilingo nyengaje Kumba bulo ba bultai, Kumba bulo mutate.
One of them was holding Kumba's hand.
Then ngaje fenko timpa bulo be Kumba bulo kono.
Then I saw the paws of an animal in Kumba's hand.
Timpa bulo nyin kamta ko dena ni bulo ay ngore ngol soto ay bulu ko ni ngol soto ala nyin.
The paws of that animal in Kumba's hand looked like the hand of a baby because it had nails on it just like fingers of a baby.
Then ngaje by then nyin plastic bag $2 ita many a calendar soto.
By that time I saw a plastic bag, the black type which had calendar on its
Wo full plastic bag full baby farin safola.
Both plastic bags because there were 2 plastic bags, but they were all filled with jujus.
Safedol bela mudol bulu.
Some were holding those jujus, some of the Fula Marabus.
Inata fintinan to the parade ground.
That's the time when they came out to the parade ground.
Yo timpa bulo ta ya bula fenko kono. Bare mem fango ya muta. Kumbada mala muta bulo kono. Mem fango ya pick. We mbusol ta ay mbusol dunga bulo kono ay timpa bulo pick ake mbus do kono.
So that the paw of that animal which Kumba was holding was in his hand, but the Marabu told Kumba to drop it. When Kumba dropped it, in fact, the man himself didn't pick up the object with his empty hand. He took the bag, placed it over that object, and picked it up and put it inside the bag.
Inata ya fo ngadula jibe ngadinkosi.
That's the time when they came and said, let's identify a location where we have to dig a hole.
It will fango tata for bunjango nying last year's member koma licensing dollar. It will fango eje identify ila muli jesi.
They went all the way near the office of the licensing department, just behind there. There was an area which they themselves located and said they are going to dig here. When they dug the place already, that's the time I saw they sent someone who went to the vehicle and came with this goat into the headquarters.
So from what you're saying, Kumba Jata was identified at the parade, not at his office.
Komi be mi fokan woto Kumba Jata akamata ko yate chodi parade dulal kat loda manete me bara mankala office okono.
Ndenga menje mbelori ning alatema. Parade ground leng yate identify wolto e kay ko ngadung office e control alta amanko e membe nyimbula amambeti ya moyaje.
What I saw with my eyes between me and Allah, it was at the parade ground where they identified him. They told him to go into the office with them, and he went with them into his office. That's the time when they told us to go away, because the things with that man were very dangerous things. They are not good, so we shouldn't see them.
And we are a safol bondi walto. Office kono ateni gael. Because office ndoyata. It will more war for war ani in security men kata. Among possibly be dun konoto.
Because Kumba's office was a tiny office, so all of them cannot fit into that office. The 5 or more than 5 marabouts plus the armed men and the other people present with the entourage, they all cannot fit into that office. It was a small one. So some stood out, but he went in with some. That's where they took off Kumba's jujus from his body.
So from what you said, you weren't present when Kumba Jata's jujus were taken off his body.
Kamunta itebe minsata kanjawolom itema mabi kabribe Kumba safol wura kan Kumba bala.
Ntema mabe because ntebe bantale. Lorim bundato wotu moye kabanye nati molbe dinka singola. So fongaje mundinka sifale be sinaje ani membe sare naje.
I was standing outside. I didn't see when they were removing these jujus from Kumba's body. What I saw was somebody went to the vehicle outside and came in with the goat. The reason for me why I stood outside was I wanted to see where they were digging and what was going to be put inside that hole. That's why I was standing outside to see what was going on outside.
But just to be clear, the digging that you're talking about relate to Kumba Jata's jujus, which happened after, or are you referring to the goat that they were bringing in from outside?
Pour kumo esedea fo ñin dinko ngi be min sinkan wonin kumbala ngin safol la ko le be ñola ba fo bañi min dundi nan e min nati nan wonin ko le be ñoka
Ani dol nin kumba duntala office le.
Some went into the office with Kumba.
Ibala safol bondika.
They were removing his jujus from his body.
Whilst dolbe dinka singola ngadula memfoyi.
While some were digging that hole at the same time where I said.
Kilingo nyin tata banyin kama.
One of them went outside to collect the goat and came with it inside.
Birani mbabi nakan.
When he was coming in with the goat,
Kilingo nyin membe ba baikang, membe koma, kabo babulu.
one of them who was driving the goat behind the goat had a bottle in his hand.
Bare kabo nyin ji mulungale ba kono liquid mulungale.
But the bottle was containing some sort of a liquid.
Inata so atara nyun fanam pareta kumba bale fintitana.
When they came in, that was the time when these people also were ready with Kumba. Kumba also came out of his office with these other marabouts.
That
was the time they held his hand with the paw of that animal in his hand.
Ika landi duma den boydo e mbuso dum ay timpa bulota ake mbuso kono.
They told him to put it down on the ground. One of them took a nylon bag and placed it over this object and picked it up and put it inside the bag.
At the parade ground, apart from Kumba Jata, who was identified, do you recall anyone else who was identified at the parade ground?
silang alla parade dula na bota Kumba Jata ye min chodi foi hakilo se bula e modo fana min chodi min nin Kumba manke kelente
Ha nimanyina.
If I can remember.
Me long because headquarters ibuka mo belong because nindeta tambenna office.
I don't know everybody at headquarters because when I go to work, I'm always in my office.
For Nimmen can deal directly, just like admin office.
Except for those I deal with directly, like people from the admin office.
Or the senior commissioners, Nimmen can meetings.
Or the senior commissioners, those who attend meetings with me. If I can remember properly, if I can remember properly, either 3 people or 4 people
finally
were identified at the parade ground.
Kumba was among them.
But Kumba was among them.
What about Sergeant Mustafa Sise? Do you recall him?
silang Sergeant Mustafa Sise hakilo bula tatelalba
As it possible, but Mustafa ntemalo molkono.
It's a possibility, but I don't know Mustafa among people. I'm not acquainted to him.
Mustafa Sise testified before the commission yesterday.
Mustafa Sise I said they are okay commissioner kono jang yes kunu
Did you have a chance to watch the proceedings yesterday?
e wato sotole pour ka ngin se they are ngin jibe tele to kunu
Ndebuka jibe ntebe do ko la ngamirat ite fangolente call ikonyena mbembe na nga bebula nat and travel to how many kilometers kana.
Well, I didn't look at it. Because I was doing some work, but you called me and told me to come. So I traveled so many kilometers to come and answer to your call.
So you weren't able to see his image, and that didn't jog your mind, your memory?
Ite mang Mustafa nyingi na nataloje anim fanang imang hakilo mambula ko.
Other than kumbang hachilo yolema nga olo mol kono because nga kumbalong kabirimbita school.
Well, apart from Kumba, I know Kumba, we are acquainted because I knew Kumba since we were going to school.
Well, we'll come back to Mustafa Sisse's case. What about an inspector by the name of, sorry, just a second, by the name of Yaya Dabo? Do you recall him?
Pumbala ko mbe murana na wakane. Bare silang inspector kami fo Yaya Dabo. Wala ko dum, imo wala ko.
Yalong ninga la pichoje. Ndenga kali Quran la ninga lo mbafule ngalon ni. Because menketa Yaya Dabo told siata jele.
Well, if I see his photo, I might be able to remember him. Because at the headquarters there were many Yaya Dabos, but I cannot just imagine and say that I know him. If I see the photo, maybe I'll be able to remember.
So I will call out a few more names to see if that jogs your memory. What about Yusuf Hassan?
Yusuf Hassan,
do you recall an officer by that name?
Yusuf Hassan nga olone.
Yes, Yusuf Hassan, I know that man.
Because na do koke bara, mbedo koke kakoto.
Because I worked with him at Bara, I was under him at that time.
Do you recall if he was one of the people who were identified by the witch hunters?
Fesa afono atefana fo nyimbua bonroli atefana chodile.
Hani nta fonola because at that time ko kenle fengo feng identify la nimta. So birim belori tol kata around ntebuka buleno mbelori ndame mbelori wolto mbeji berola.
I cannot,
mang hachilo ma yala metale.
I cannot say for certain whether he was identified or not, because when they started this identification, I didn't follow them. I just stood back and looked at them because they were doing the identification by themselves. What I did was I told Ken to write down the names of people who will be pointed out. So after that, I stood back.
You don't identify officer kono bare biriji tanan. They all identify kotake.
Some were identified in the offices, but when they came down, those people were not identified again.
But their names would have been on the list that Ken was preparing. Ken Mendy.
Because nga assignment diatela pray bule noma.
Yes, because he was the man whom I gave the assignment to follow them and write down their names.
What about FRI Jame? Do you recall?
FRI Jame dunga ihakilo bulata tela kola.
FRI mu police advisor.
FRI was the police advisor.
Do you recall if he was identified by the witch hunters or not?
Hakilo se bulano fo nyimbua mutalala fo ya tefana chodile.
FRI. Tonya diata ala ngachiro mamad.
Well, truth to God, I cannot remember that.
What about Pa Silva?
Pa Silva la kodu?
Amira, Pa Silva, nte tonya diata ala ngamwe mosaba o nani, including Kumba. Tonya diata ala ngawole ta kalamta, barila names ola metale.
Well, truth to God.
Be parenteni man familia, not a Pa Silva identify nyala, or fenke FRI. Ninna mind amutamba fola because ntebuke identify.
Yeah, because what I can remember exactly was 4 people, including Kumba. As for Pa Silva and FRI, if they were identified and I can properly really remember them, I will say it. But at this present moment, I cannot remember.
We heard evidence from Mr. Ken Mendy, who was writing down the names. And according to what he said, the names listed were over 10 names. Did you
Anim
see
fe-
that? Did you see the list after Ken Mendy prepared it?
kabirin ken men di pareta la o safero la kaito bala yo kaito jeleba
As possible ngaje.
It
Because
is,
I expect ninga instruction di mola na karet abe results nyindila na.
it's possible that I saw the document or the paper, because if I give an instruction to somebody to do any job, after when he is ready, he brings back the paper to me.
As possible ngaje bare nga memfoye tonya di ata alay ngankari alquranol la. Ay malo mo jellem bare ntela mayne mo sabanani le muta.
Yeah, it's possible.
Barnako aketa tan o menta mitatana ba tela safi. Ntadi na enola.
Well, as far as he said it was more than 10, it's possibly true because he wrote down the names. But me, personally, the names that I can remember were the 4 individuals that I stated.
Iko mo nani.
He's four people.
4 people nka ole moyo kwe ole point.
That's what I
Bare
heard.
ila name sol namanke kumba ngalo ni is part of it.
Yes.
Kumba biria samba ntefango birata ate no maji akoya ala safoldi ala. The following day ntefango jitale ntata foji.
Well, I can remember really, the name I can remember properly was Kumba, because the following day he went to them to demand for his jujus. Yes, that I can remember very well, but other people's names I cannot.
You told us earlier that the list was supposed to be sent to Yaya Jammeh. Is that correct?
ya funu mule jam folo ko ngi kaito ni molto sa feda me nyanta kila ya jamme aketa wala nyam
Nyanta names nying send la back to him and intel a conversation o ye list o mendina nga names all nying fai.
Yes, we sent the list to him with my conversation, and the names on the list, I should have called the names to him.
Then behind telephone
Then when he called me
ulungo suto fango
that night,
around 3-4 because normally I can take call from 2 o'clock to 5 or 3 o'clock to 5 every day
around 3 to 4,
or every
But-
1 week or 2 days at dependently.
but usually he used to call me from 2 to 3 to 4 a.m.
Anytime I can call.
Anytime he calls me.
Then Brian call
So-
and name Sol Nyindiala
So when he called me, I gave him the names on the
over
paper,
the telephone.
Over the telephone.
We'll come back to that phone call, but do you know where that list is at the moment?
Me
Was
muro
a
na
copy
wokan.
filed?
Bare sa lafta mi lonna wo tolo mimbe sa ferin kaito bara abe mun tole trying
I told him bring a name Sol Nyindi because list nyim bentelebulu.
The
Bring a name Sol Nyindiala over the telephone.
The paper where the names are, I gave him the names of the people on the paper, but I gave him the names over the telephone.
Sutole fanamu.
It was at night,
Watu monte mantara kora fankoro because sutu onkatu patrol la ka station all check.
because I was not even at home that night. I used to go patrolling, going to the different stations.
Malong list onye nga Kenya men to nyadi ata alai.
The list, I cannot remember where I placed it, really speaking the truth to God.
Okay, so let's still focus on what happened at the police headquarters that day.
silanga nyatelim kol min keta police korlato wolongo
After what happened to Kumba Jata,
kol kabrin go kol min keta kumba jata kola
you said that a goat was brought in from outside.
nata sata ko ye bale dundi nang banta ka konoto ka dundi nang konoto
Apart from the goat, was any other animal brought in?
na bota wo
As far
ba
as
ye
you
min
recall.
dundi nang korda kono police korda kono ye fo fendo fana bijele da fen fana ndo bije min dundi namba
Sise ulengo. Ye sise ulengo fana nati nane. Sise o uleringo.
A red cock was also brought in.
Yo natile.
Yes, that one was also brought in, yes.
Can you tell us what happened to those two animals when they were brought in?
silan fa safu no mule ngi da fen flole minum natina mune keta walla
Ye biri ye dinko nyinsi.
When the hole was dug,
Ye kabo nyine follow sare.
they first buried that bottle in there.
Ye malo mungisi faleng. Ye obonje.
I don't know what kind of liquid it was, but they poured that kind of liquid also into the same hole.
Ye banyim fa.
The goat was slaughtered.
Yes, he's your nyimfa.
The cock was also slaughtered.
Inata dinko nyin sareng.
That's the time when they decided to bury the whole.
Solo na tankila akonye IG foi na jande nkai muneketa akonye ko you are the head. Fali na.
That was the time when Solo came to me and said, "You have to come here." I asked him, what's happening? He said, "No, you are the head. You have to come here."
Then ntata ole nyama mbelori dalaje.
Then I went and I was standing near them.
Dinko be dameng.
Where the hole was.
Ye yellow bondameng.
That's where they poured the blood of these animals.
Then fulo nyimba fo kan fla kan oto solo ka translate ntoliye akamen fo ngabulano ma ka repeat akamen fo.
The Fula was saying something and Solo was translating these Torahs, and he said we should recite after him.
Ntele folota yentele folota.
I was the first person.
Birinte botaje ye DIG fanang kalindi wala.
When I left, the DIG was also brought and made to swear.
Aning senior commissioner Danta ntenga menkalam.
Plus some few senior commissioners, as far as I can remember.
And can you tell us what you were swearing to, what kind of words you uttered, as far as you recall?
Silang itela hakilu bulungi fesa funo mole albe mun kalikang albe mun kumale fokam fesa ol fono mole jamba
Akumol siatale.
There were many things,
Bareng na mind ye memuta.
but what I can still remember,
To swear on ke kaliko
to swear that
kwebe yaja mekoma.
that you are behind Yaya Jammeh,
Ibe Banko Fanankoma, Republic of the Gambia Fanankoma.
that you are also behind and supporting the Republic of the Gambia,
Anim Banku Dingol Koma.
plus the citizenry,
And we ita jamfala.
and you will never betray them.
Ite Banko jamfala.
You will never betray the country.
Was that oath different from the oath of office that you would normally swear upon being appointed within the police force?
o kalo
Appointed to the police force.
o kalo fanning kalo alkaminke alla officer kono nibe takang doko wala foy ifata taleba
To nyadi ata alaye dolbeje muluntale bare dolbeje mari membano because ni metal.
Truly speaking, some were identical, but some were different, because it was a long time.
Ni musanji tan komalti.
This is just above 10 years ago.
Andung isa remember ko mantaranun nsawala fanang.
And remember that I was not in my right frame of mind sometime,
Because ntol bema hani former president.
because candidly we were all afraid of the former president.
I mem for kaba kela akakele.
Whatever he says that he will do it, he will do that.
Mo buka hanyala to nyadi ata alai.
The people were really afraid of him.
Ni
truly
wonte.
speaking. If not that,
Ndeten kala nyinkusi fala. Amam possible.
I will not swear on anything like this. It's not possible.
Amam possible. Mo tendu na kono.
And nobody can push me into it.
Niaje fanko RSM ya nyun kili.
The reason why I told the RSM to call people to assemble,
Because na buta ku jamale kono problem jama kono.
because we've gone through many problems and we came out those problems.
Ninkomba explain la jang.
If I want to explain that here,
Nsidol to for many along ibe high position lebi under ate diale.
I will name so many people who are holding high positions in this country at the present moment, and they will not like it.
Because nimanyina no.
Because if I haven't forgotten,
Malong for bara incident I police holding and police NIA custom drug squad I be by them and for Charles Notfield member menka kanaji mine no.
because at the Bara incident, where
Hey, sorry, I'm the lie.
at the Amdalai incident, where he sacked people from the customs department, from the police army,
NIA.
and NIA, because of the man who was responsible for the Kanaji incident, where the Kanaji mines.
That Keonyi ka fire Charles Notfield ya belle aborta.
The man was called Charles Notfield. He was bailed and he ran away. He absconded.
But I take wrong concept, Lesotho. I will buy.
But he had a wrong concept and sacked the people who were doing the work at the time.
Bring information so nga Interior Minister called Usman Sonko.
When I had that information, I called the Interior Minister, Usman Sonko.
Nga other security service chiefs dol fanan call kafwe.
I called other security service chiefs and I gave them the same information.
Nkoeko alngata nga echimit nga fire what is happening.
I told them, let's come together and go and meet HE and tell him what's happening.
It will be it will
They
outright.
They all said they are not going to be part of it outright because they said they are afraid.
Then Wulta Ole Nyama Ndata direct State House.
That's how I got up. I went directly to State House. And I told him that I want to see you.
Wotumo point newspaper le bembulo.
By that time, I was holding the Point newspaper with me.
And we are published Jeko Charles Notfield Kanata Dameng. Bale beje banning as possible bambole beja across the Dameng Kata.
And what was written was that where Charles Notfield escaped was a stream. And in that stream were crocodiles who were living there.
Birintata ngafa enkaeko sa enkaeko yenyu member that's not the area.
So
Nkai amdalai sorry nkai amdalai BADJIE jemu bodalti lanle nkai dulani kadamen for is carton halakin carton la crossing point. That place police station is the soldiers that are occupying that place.
when I went to him, I told him that there has been a mistake. These people were Kartong who were there. Kartong, there is no stream at Kartong.
Amdalai.
There is no stream at Amdalai. The stream existing is at Kartong, and that place there are crocodiles living there. And that place is being occupied by soldiers.
What else do you want?
He asked me, what else do you want?
With respect, reinstate.
I told
Then
him,
we redeploy them to other various areas.
I told him, sir, with respect, let's reinstate them and redeploy them to other areas.
Then DG Immigration, Sako Drame was in the DG Immigration, Kaba Tambaja was the DG Customs.
Then that time, Kaba Tambajan was the DG Customs and Sako Drame was the DG at the, where?
Sako Drame Immigration.
Sako Drame was at the immigration.
Kili will be in our office, na incident nyemfoi, ibe content the following day, your boys will be not in the office. Transfer to other areas.
I called these people, they came to my office and I explained the whole incident to them. They were very happy. And they called all these guys who were sacked and they all came to my office.
We near advice
and they were reinstated.
Near FEMFI advice.
If you give advice to that man, the big man, he becomes angry. It's very difficult to work with him.
So, Mr. BADJIE, I just want to focus still on what happened at the police headquarters.
Yeah.
Mr. BADJIE, after pulling nyatilim, call minketa police headquarters.
You said some of the oath that you repeated is similar to what is in the oath of office for police officers.
Iko kalidol kono imulunta le ning kalola le kaminkenu ngala police headquarters.
And some of it is different.
Erdol fatatale.
So we can assume that swearing allegiance to Yaya Jammeh was definitely not mentioned in your oath of office as a police officer.
Kamunta ko silang janga basene ala mako kakali purke ngani yodi Yaya Jammeh aning ale kalo minke officer kono manke kilindi.
You said that was one of the things that Solo Bojang interpreted for you to follow.
Iko
to
long
repeat.
ko ultimi alon ko Solo Bojang wole kanna sori ite atelier.
You've told us the reason why you swore an oath was because of fear at the time.
Mi atina fali o kalo alsonta ka o kalo ke ko alsilata ya jamele lola atina alsonta.
You told us that you, as well as some other senior officers, had to swear that oath.
Inata ko ite inni nyaton ka jamal sontale alnata kali nyin kalola.
What about the rest of the other ranks and men at the police offices? At the police station, sorry.
Modolu mimbal koto makama to madolu mimbal police headquarters wol wolu wallata nyadile.
Bonya diata alai.
Truly speaking,
Na hachilo emen dinna.
what I can remember,
As possible dolie kali, as possible dolte kala.
it's possible that some took the oath, and it's possible some didn't.
Because all situation o benyameng.
Because the situation existing at that time there,
Momo ke hachilo tule.
everybody is careful of himself.
The slightest error ebe menkela akuo futatama.
The slightest error that you commit and he happens to hear it,
Anu membeje ala right hand leng.
And the-
Akadoko katele directly.
and the man present there was his right hand. He was walking directly for the big man.
Foi si hachilotu.
You have to be very careful.
Ndolbe na njuso matano bare moma hani.
All of us, well, we didn't like it, but nobody has any choice.
You mentioned that there was singing and drumming. Do you recall what language this was done in?
Nata fa jam ko don kilol fanam be keri nan tan ko so fay safu no mole wo kol keta kang jomalito.
You know, ika fula kango fole, ika donkil jama for in different fenko. Bare wotu moto nyari ata alai. Dela main mang hachilo to donkilolto.
Well,
Because kuol keta nyame, anin kuol nata nyame. Iduntan kande param. Dela main ka damen jibe. Anin kela mo nyin donkilola would be different. Bare ngalon fula donkilole ka fula ni man ka donkilol.
well,
Interpretation.
they were singing in Fula. What I can recall at the moment was that some of it was in Fula, some of it was in Mandinka with the drumming. But at that time, how this whole thing came about was so surprising to me that sometimes I don't even think of those, what they were doing or what they were singing. My mind was focused of what was going on, what is the consequences of what's going on. This is what I was thinking about. But I didn't focus my mind on the language or what they were saying. But I can say that they were singing in Mandinka, sometimes in Fula.
As you were watching this entire process unfold,
Kabirite be nyun kol korose kang abetama kanyame.
considering that you were the IGP and this was your office at the time,
Andung itelom IGP to wato nyinom ila offisolom nung wato.
what was going through your mind as you and the rest of the officers were subjected to such activities?
Mune betama kang ila hakilo kono ini ila police to na dolo ko ngin kolu mi min karta atolla e min natal kante.
I mobe dimile,
It was painful to everybody.
mol malta,
People were ashamed.
bare moma hani kadiamu.
But nobody had the daring mind to talk.
Hani ngunu mote hani la.
Even to speak undertones, nobody had the
Because
daring mind.
moma la mola.
Because nobody trusted each other.
Keba asi ila the most junior officer called in the force.
He can call your most junior officer in the force.
Aka nyininka karla kolbe nyadi o birinyun nataje munni muneketa.
He will ask that person, how about Mr. So-and-so? Or he will ask, what about when these people came there? What
And-
was the situation or what was the behavior of...
Plain clothes officers jamale fanambeje.
And there
Ke
were,
hachilotule.
there were a lot of plainclothes officers who were present. So one has to be very, very careful.
Niye kuke memanta niye kuke na moy.
If
Baby
you-
nintenga kuke nun tenum biten tarlaja.
If you do something which is not to his liking and he hears about it, especially for me, if I had done something or said something, I wouldn't have been here today.
After all of this took place, did you give any other instructions concerning the list of people who were identified?
Kabiri nyun kolu be keta fay pareta. Silang nyin kayto min to tol sa feda me ya maro dile ko nyin kayto be kala nyame ba wala o mol kol be kala nyame.
Birin tata paredula ngaya marodi walto before you start.
When we went to the parade ground, that's where I spoke and gave my advice before the whole thing started. I told them,
I solo kina solo fele loring, ikwe mumu identify isi fan samba ila dulato Baba Jobla office. Baba Jobla residence around Jang, Maroon supermarket.
I told them here is Solo Bojang. These people were sent by the president. And he said anyone who has been identified has to go to Baba Job's compound near the Maroon supermarket.
Yetaje mumu balantatala.
You go there.
The instructions is from the president himself to me, not to anybody. That membalantatala mumu filter to comply nga mari by immediately or heads would roll.
The instructions came from the president. And the instructions are that anybody who refused to comply with these orders, let me sack the person immediately.
You told us that
Heads will roll.
heads would roll.
Oh, heads
Thank you.
will rule, yes, okay.
You told us earlier that the next day you went to Baba Job's compound.
Ya fonu mule jan fanang iko asa mole tira Baba Job la korra kono.
Can you tell us about that?
The following day, Biringa mo kumba da malta tatala safol noma ngaru momo ndebe steering kotu jan next to Kotu police station. Birin jita na rek man konton continental wal nyaman tata Baba la dulato.
Truly speaking, I heard the rumors that Kumba went there alone to go for his jujus. So I live at Kotu, near the police station there. So when I closed from work, immediately after having my lunch, I decided to go there to see the situation.
Birin tata fo bundato.
When I went there, up to the gate of the compound,
Nga solo fagole call.
I called Solo himself.
Wotumo abe the former president Bama la Corrato Kotu Jang.
He was at the former president's mother's compound at Kotu.
Wotuma atebeje mafangole atelente direct akonye tani tamita Maroon supermarket la next Johnson on the left ni tonta I think second or third compound on the left akonye galbe world.
He directed me to the compound Solo. He told me go up to the Johnson, which he identified to me near Maroon supermarket. He told me if you bend at the Johnson, either the second or third compound, that's where they live.
Birin tata je.
When I went there,
ndunta bundanyinto nga security letaraji.
when I went into the compound at the gate, I found security people there.
Tolbeje wolning kidol.
Some were armed with guns,
With AK-47.
AK-47 rifles.
Dolbeje kidi table.
Some were there, but they were not having any guns.
Birim mfutatarek officer Soli and compliment.
When I arrived, the officers complimented me.
Birin dunda.
When I went in,
Birin dunda.
when I went in,
Nga molje.
I saw people.
Na mind matano ka proceed.
My mind cannot take what I saw to proceed inside.
Fintita wole nyamanta.
That's how I came out and left.
Can you tell us what you saw? Give us a description of what you saw.
Fo isa fono mule te muneje. Fo isa Kenya fono mule e muneje.
Abala fa wartale.
It is something very, very sad.
Abala fa wartale.
Something very, very sad.
Ila alpha, ifa or iba, I try in that condition.
Because nobody will take that situation to allow your mother or your father to be in that condition.
Nsi wole phone on ta explain all that because mulle beje many are came fatty on body.
That's all what I can say. And there were many people, and some of those people can be my mother, some can be my father. So this is why I cannot explain.
Are you referring to civilians?
Kamuta ko etebe civilian no kumo foka.
Ye mol men samba je men mutaye samba.
The people who were abducted and taken to that compound.
And from what you recall, did you see a lot of people, or was it less than 10 people, for example?
Komite se hakilo se bulano minna fo yi mo jamal ligije wala fo mo dantan reklum.
Amosiata more than 50. Ndenga menje ya siya batale.
There were a lot of people. In fact, I can say it was more than 50. Somewhere inside the hall. Somewhere in the hall. Somewhere in the hall. Somewhere outside in the compound gate, in the yard, and it was many. There were many. There were many. Really, I cannot say how much, but there were many.
And in terms of their condition, what do you recall? How would you describe their condition?
Itola Kenya benyame. Fuisi hakilo se blano ya fo moli to ite tolje nyaadi le o moli ye nyaadi le no.
Ibe condition o mento ntete son nambani mfa etara condition. To nyaadi ata alai.
The condition I found them in, I will never agree for my father and mother to be in that kind of condition.
Ila condition ye mambete ato nyaadi ata alai.
Their condition was terrible, truly speaking.
So this was on the day after, the following day, after what happened at the police headquarters. And it must have been after you finished, you closed from office, is that correct?
Sila kamunta ko nying kul kita asomo kabring ipareta alla kordato police headquarters. Andu nga fana abekela watu minete jita duko wala.
Ha, tuanyale asamo dal namaini ole muta.
Yeah, I can remember that it was the following day after they came to the police headquarters. Yes.
You told us that in between that, you spoke to Yaya Jammeh again. This must have been around 2, 3, 4 in the morning regarding the list of individuals who were identified.
Yes, that's true.
Apart from reading out the list of the names of individuals who were identified, can you tell us about that conversation? Did you discuss anything else?
The same thing I always found. Akonye momo man comply, are dismissed, or heads would roll. Ye momo identify a man son kataji.
The same thing he told me before was that anybody who didn't comply with those orders, let me sack them immediately.
As a result of that, did you take any action when you returned to the police headquarters the next day?
Silang ite fanang kabri murta nang alla police headquarters is yo kelebang komate ya maro mindile ya tamandile.
Very murtanang at that time asinindingo mao ya marota.
When I came back the following day, up to the third day, I didn't follow those instructions.
Because ngalo ne membe caring silante.
Because I knew what was going on was illegal.
Mfanang koriole.
Well, what I did was against my will.
Then after...
During those, sorry to interrupt you, during those 3 days, were you aware of any of the police officers refusing to go to Baba Job's compound?
Ya kalamtele ko police do bal kono min balanta kata Baba Job la korda kono.
Ma kalamta because ntema modi lela e escort. The instructions is itai faye taji. So ngamira after tili dantang nata mweko kilimbeje amanson kata.
Well, I didn't know about that because the instruction was that let them go by themselves to Baba Job's compound. So, and I didn't give them any escort to take them to Baba Job's compound. But a few days later, I heard that there was one person who refused to go.
You only heard about one person refusing to go.
Exactly, because the junior officers buka communicate.
Yes.
There is a linkage. Link bejele nteni junior officer tema mole beje mbukate ya direct kadiamwe.
Yes, because I don't talk to juniors directly. There is a command system, a chain of command. There are people between me and those juniors. Well, but for me personally, I don't talk with those juniors.
So after Tili Dantang, keba en call nkay ko a
After,
mobe comply tale bare ko one officer.
well, a few days later, he called me and asked me. I said to him, well, everybody complied except for one officer.
Eko one CC man sonka comply.
They said one man by the surname of Cisse refused to comply.
Akonye ko then let him go.
He
Dismiss him with immediate effect.
Then he told me to dismiss the man with immediate effect.
So birim murta headquarters
When I went back to headquarters,
nga instructions di bare nga di men na malong tonya di atalay nko ya charge aita oddly room na.
I gave instructions to someone, but I cannot remember who that person was.
So
I told them to charge him, let him go to Audley room.
So biriya samba oddly room ya rifana mfa futatantema.
When he was taken to the Audley room, they referred him until he came to my office.
Instead of car dismiss,
Instead of sacking him or dismissing him,
maokede
I didn't do that.
nga demote
I demoted him
nga transfer
and I transferred him
up
up
pura jamfa janna.
so that he can be far away from this area.
Aningi demote
And if you are demoted,
6 months time
in 6 months,
nkela rank ni murundi male.
we reinstate you and give you back the old rank that we are demoted from.
Niaje nga bondi within Banjul.
The reason for taking him away from the Banjul area,
Malafi.
I didn't want,
Yemuru keba ya ekai ko kari balanta still have a headquarters. Umuntela problem all this.
so that they will go back to him, the big man, and tell him that, well, Mr. So-and-so refused to comply, but he is still within the police force and he is around Banjul here.
Na long ntemanyin dismiss yung. I only demoted him.
If he happens to know that I didn't dismiss the man, I only demoted him,
Maybe kudole fanambe kelantela.
maybe something will happen to me.
So fongana discretion use ngang hachilo use ka move aita nga samba dame
So that
ma samba puru ka batandi but pura jamfa jana because niye keba long ike hachilo tubakele.
I took him away, far away from the area. I didn't mean to make him suffer, but I wanted him to be away from the eyes of the people around here. Because if you know the big man at that time, you will have to always take care of the way how you deal with him.
You told us that in general you would follow his orders because essentially out of fear.
Yafu mule ko janko. Alla yamaro alkakil alkatale katungal manghanyala.
But on this particular occasion, you chose to disobey and in a way alter that order, isn't that right?
Re nyinsilo kang ibalanta alla yamaro ta ya yibe te nyam ibala la nyami.
Why did you feel that you could do it on this particular occasion?
Nana yaje ko abajari la priyo oke nyinsilo to.
Niaje yalong kebala kuol.
Well, the way he does his things,
Wado
sometimes,
nabe in the good mood isi diamunwai.
if he is in good mood, you can talk to him.
But namantra in the good mood ita call la faname kon.
If he is in his bad mood, you don't even dare to call him or he will not call you.
Niye call ke operator ntol niye nyo understand le.
If you-
Nabe good mood ikafonyele na fenketa ikafonyele ani biabula for next time.
Because the operators at the switchboard, we understand each other. If you call, they will tell you, well, he's in good mood today, one can talk to him. But if he's in his bad mood, the operators will tell you, hey, leave this thing until another day, because today he is in his bad mood.
Biri nyinkate kala nga transfer ntenga ole ke nga dimut bare keba e memfo make bare mfana nduata le keba kana long na long ko ngake nka memfo ntafola.
Well, what I did was to transfer this man, demote him and transfer him. Really, I defied his order. But I also prayed to God for God to take care of me and the man. But if had he known what has happened, I wouldn't have said what I did, what I said.
Ala order Jamal bejele wati do Jama fangode nke defile.
There were many orders sometimes that he gives. I defy them.
Na fo nyenka fa ne nyinata. That's the only excuse nsimendi.
Then he tells me and asks me later, what I tell him is that I have forgotten. That's the only excuse I can give him.
We heard testimony from Mustafa Sise
CDRO soto janne kabona Mustafa Sise
that on a subsequent day, I believe it was the 16th of January,
ko lundolum anestota ngalong anyant akela January karol kono
so that would have been 2
Tiltani
days
woro.
after the incident,
namra wo kabdon ku wol keta akola tilifula kola
that when you were informed that certain soldiers refused to go to Baba Job's compound,
kabring ite ye kibari ko sojar dantang balantale kata Baba Job la korda kono
you took the list and started calling out the names
ite narana kaito ta tol be safirinda meng tol kumando kumase
and directly ordered the soldiers to board the truck and go to Baba Job's
natna
compound.
kango di ko wo sojarol ye dung troko to kata Baba Job la korda
I apologize, I meant police officers, not soldiers.
mbe yam fo dan la mbe police la ko mul fo kanta manke sojarol ti
On top of that, the testimony
te CDRO ngamin soto jang
of Mustafa Sise alleges that you asked them
kabona Mustafa Sise ga ko ite fangole ayetu me ko ite le fangole nyininka
him and Yaya Dabo to write a personal statement
ko pour ateni Yaya Dabo pour ye safero ke kuma kanol safe
and thereafter you instructed that both him and Yaya Dabo be charged.
wo ko la inata fo pour ye tumi ateni Yaya Dabo
What do you say to that?
saying ite mune soto pour ko fon toleja
Council, it is not ethical. Denga bonna office. Ngaji na mfoduma kadiamu esajini. When chain of command beje fonga nyobunya. Mo jamale bentening sajino nyintema. That's jamale bentema. It is not ethical.
Well, that's not ethical because there were many people between me and the sergeant. So that command cannot be directly from me to the sergeant. There were many people between us. That's not ethical. That's not the way how we operate.
Until the security setup muka operate wanyama.
The security setup there, we don't operate like that.
The DIG is there. So many commissioners, kata RSM. If I need any message to translate it, either I communicate to DIG or Commissioner Operation or RSM or Commissioner Admin. Bontina direct to a junior officer. If I could do this.
There were many senior officers. You have the DIG and many other commissioners who can relay messages or do something. But I cannot just come to a junior officer and talk to him or deal with him or give him orders. That doesn't happen.
But you would agree that there are instances where, as IGP, you would address police officers directly.
bare be sonal ko wad kasoto ite fango mbo ite long IGP ite le kayamaro di minube koto
Ndeka police all address on parade ground on Monday only.
I address the police officers only on Mondays when they are at the parade ground.
You would also address them if they were charged and then brought before you for orders. Isn't that right?
ibe kachandele fanang ni etumi ni nati inyati lingoto ite fanambe ikachandela woto le fana
Jandi be futalantema eka follow ela esol orderly room, OCs yeta orderly room, from OCs to Commissioner Operation or Deputy Commissioner Operation, then DIG or a futantema.
Before they come to me, they have their own SOs. They start from those SOs or come to the commissioners or even to the DIG before they arrive at my place.
Telling the last person to near Futataji, I go through the minute file over and in the charges men beje, then a final decision.
Well, when they read me, I look at the file, the charges on the file, and whatever is recommended there. That I am the last, at my place is the last place, then that's the time when I'll take a decision to do what I should do.
And in such an instance, the officer would appear before you in order to receive your orders. Isn't that correct?
oka ning police ning be nale idankule tel prika ning tumirol ning ilamoyete bulu
Ha, omutonyalti.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm asking this question because initially,
be ning karol ning kagan katum follow
I know when we discussed Mustafa Sisse's case, you did not recall any
Kabiringa
orders
Mustafa
being
Sise la
issued.
kul kacha. Ihakilo mombula.
But when I
Kango deal dum.
Tonyale, nkai hachiro mama.
Yes, that's true. I said that I cannot remember.
And when I provided his police file to you, you were able to go through it and then confirm that that is in fact what happened.
Kabiringa la police file ngindile nata police file nginjibe ka kurasi nata sinende ko ha ngimu kulet min keta.
Tonyale.
Yes, that's true.
So my question with regard to Yaya Dabo is whether the same thing happened, whether he was charged, and at some point his charges were dropped. Do you recall?
Sain tela ngini karo mi mulum ya Dabo la kul. Ko fo wati sotola aliya 2 mile andung ala 2 molu na alnata bunda akang fana.
What I'm saying is
Yaya Dabo fa charge tao fa man charge.
Yaya Dabo, whether he was charged or not,
Ani men nyanta tala imanta ntema kalamta ntebenna office le.
and those who should go for bathing and those who refuse to go, I cannot remember. I don't know. I was in my office.
Ntenga hachilo e mem muta me iko mem balanta kata.
The only
Wole nying siseti.
The only person I can remember whose report was given to me that he refused to go was this Mr. Sise.
Okay, very well. Let's move on.
Petiata woto silanga continue.
Apart from what happened at the police headquarters,
Na boto kul min keta police headquarters.
are you aware of the activities of the witch hunters in other parts of the country or in
Yeah.
other institutions?
Ya kalamutale nyimbuwa kul min keta bankola karadolto.
Tonya diata alai.
Truly speaking,
Ngamwe itata dula jamal leto.
I heard that they went to many places.
Alo molka diamule.
People talk.
Fotonyale fotonyante ngamwe itata sintedle.
Whether it's true or not, people said that they went to Sintet.
Ngamwe itata jambur.
I heard that they went to Jambur.
Ndefa. Ngamwe itata nyomi fanan.
I heard that they went to Nyomi
And itata department jamal to fanan.
and they went to some department, many
Bare
departments.
nene man singolo hani sate kilinto.
But I've
Haji
never gone to even a single village or place because it's not my business.
Anun security men beje
And the security people present,
iman tarante koto.
they were not under me.
Tonya diata alai nene man
Truly
singolo
speaking,
bulato.
I have never gone to those places.
Nkamwele bare nene maje weta e momuta no.
I just hear about it, but I've never heard them arrest somebody.
You heard that they went to these villages. Were you told what they did there?
Ya mwele ko itata nyi satel to foya foile ye munekeje.
Ah, according to room on kame moy. Yalo nying normally na tata nyama.
The rumors that I heard, normally if it goes the right way,
The police is section sotole called the criminal intelligence.
the police has a section called criminal intelligence.
Itolle nyanta ka information o dintela always.
They should have been supplying me with information always.
Proper information me along ko ya investigate le ya verified and they will submit it to me.
Proper information that has been investigated and verified, those type of information they give me.
But at that time, mote hanyila yo ko investigate nida kabula ko noma.
But at that time, nobody dares to investigate or to make follow-ups about that thing.
And neneman such a report sort of from the CIU.
And I never had any report like that from the CIU.
Diamo e kawle moirek.
You just hear people talking about.
What about your family members? Were any of them attacked or did they suffer any consequences as a result of the witch hunters?
Itala dimbaya dum fo mo be ekonomi alon ko ya defana boita kan ne wala man torota nying bua mutakol kono.
Tonya diata ale.
Truly speaking,
They made Nebota headquarters.
the day they left our headquarters,
Biriente check for paretambala.
after they checked me until they were ready,
Ikonye ko
they told me
lafta tala ifamala korako.
They said they wanted to visit my father's compound. When they said that, I asked them what is the matter. They said no, we just want to go there.
Then the following day,
they went to my father's compound where my mother was living. They searched the whole place. They didn't see anything. They went to the kitchen. According to their statement, they said they found a horn there. They went to our neighbors and went to other places.
Thanks God.
Thanks to Allah. They didn't give those concoctions to anybody there, but people were really in fear.
Do you know the reason for the witch hunt? Did you hear any information as to why Yahya Jammeh had sent witch hunters to the police force, other institutions, as well as around the country?
For Nimbuako, ya alone ya ke munikama muni asabu ye Nimbuako ke nadi kasamba official to aning kata banko sate tomadol.
Tonya ngamemfoe.
Truly speaking, what I said,
Atelante kolo aninyuna dungo office auto.
The time he called me and the arrival of these people into my office,
Woman Jamfa.
it was a very short time.
And manyin kaola.
And I didn't ask him.
As it possible ngalom barenka memfoe hadama dingo mantim.
It's possible that I have my own feelings, what I know, but no man is perfect.
As it possible fonye bareng hachilo mama. As it possible moe fem fonye hachilo mama.
It's possible that it's possible that he might say something which I cannot remember, or somebody might tell me something which I cannot remember. I swore by the Quran, but if I happen to remember anything from now, I will reveal it.
So are you saying that you did not hear any reasons given for why that activity was taking place, either from people within the security sector or from civilians in general?
Amunta ko itebe min fokan wolom ko ite malom munanna nyinkol be kekan hani akabo official to ani mol mi alon ko be satel du mi ante mantra kunda do ko wala
mala reason London tonya diata alaye bare I could remember brimbenu IG ala.
I don't know the reason, but truly speaking, when I was IG,
mbe tonya ale fole ni alatema.
I will tell you the truth between me and Allah.
Birata ata mid the farmer store.
When he went for the mid the farmer store
at Somita
mbe
siring,
we were sitting down
ala meeting dulato
at his meeting venue.
Ngamwela kafo fonye dingodi mbarakata.
I heard him saying that the indigents of Fonyi, anyone who is somebody who is a progressive person, they will eat you. If you happen to build a good house, you will not have the time to enter in that house. Truly speaking, I heard that from him, his mouth, at a meeting in Somita.
And GRTS consult,
if you consult GRTS and tell them the year, if those words were not edited and they still happen to be with them, you can hear that statement which was being interpreted in Mandinka because he was speaking in Jola.
And the statement that you heard, how do you believe that was somehow linked to the issue of witch hunters?
Saiteo kumakangol mimwe iteo lonyali leko ninyin kol mimbe kekang be muklingoleti.
Because menketa birinyun pareta.
Because what happened when these people were ready?
Jandi yeta antenga solo confront lenka ko solo nyindung muneng.
Before they left, I confronted Solo and I asked him, Solo, wow, what is the problem? Why this?
Akonye ko nyunu natale ko mol memam bete anyi suta mol. ke bondi pour ke ka bondi bala ani momi alonko konin dabaro o kortebe bala iman kende ay temalo isa bondi no akola na nyunata.
Well, he told me that, well, the reason for these people's coming here is that people who are bad, who are witches and wizards, these people will be able to cure you and take those things out of your body. And those people who are sick, who had certain ailments in their bodies, they can help you to clear those ailments or sickness from your body.
So birin solo yo fonye,
when Solo told me that,
ngambira the statement of the former president at that meeting.
my mind went to his statement at that meeting.
Alama alaya yamfo Kenya alala long barentela mind to nyadiata alay na mind tata world.
May Allah forgive me, but that's where my mind went to straight when Solo told me this.
I want to make sure that I understand what you're saying. So from what you said, the president made a statement during the Meet the Farmers tour
Meet the Farmers tour,
saying that people in the Fonyi area harbor some kind of ill will towards people who are succeeding, such as himself. And you believe that what Solo Bojang told you about these witch doctors being able to cure people, so to speak, is something that was targeted at people of Fonyi and other people who harbor similar intentions towards people like the president. Is that what you're saying?
Hani maofo.
I'm not saying that.
Amanke ko president with bad intention for the people of Fonyi.
It doesn't mean that the president has bad intention for the people of Fonyi.
Yalo yenyi nkale konye ko fwenene amwe adiamuta dulato.
You asked me whether I've heard something anywhere which I might hear.
Ola nankwe ko nenenganyi ndiamu mwe ala Fonyi. But amanke I bad intention to the people of Fonyi.
That's why I said I heard this in his statement at Fonyi. But it doesn't mean that I mean that he has bad intention for the people of Fonyi.
And amanke ko.
And
I statement o men for walat na nyunat yalo enyine nkare nka explain nkwe nenenganyi moyalale.
You know, you asked me, I explained, I heard this from him at a meeting in Fonyi.
In
but
Somita,
I didn't mean
2009.
In 2009, but it doesn't mean that that's the reason why he brought these people.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification. Mr. Chairman, I note the time, that it's almost time for the lunch break, but I wanted to allow Mr. BADJIE to briefly summarize what happened to him after this incident, the witch hunt incident.
Chairman.
And so we probably need another 20 minutes.
Please proceed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. BADJIE, before I ask you about your own victimization, considering your role at the time as IGP,
Mr. Baji, jandimbe kontenele ke nyininka itela mantoro fana ye misotoje ni IGP watu ite ibenu watu mine keta IGP te watu kono.
and what happened with the witch hunters coming to the police headquarters in 2009?
Anun kul min keta kabiri nyimbuwa mutalal nata alla kordato police headquarters.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the police officers who served under you at the time?
Fo fembi jele tebe min bela fleka min fo police wala min be nun do ko la wato kono,
Including people who were victimized, such as Kumba Jata and Mustafa Sise.
ke da bula wo mol mi alon ko ifana mantorata nun jele kam mol min kamata ko Kumba Jata anin Mustafa Sise anin mo tomadol.
Ndesi memfono.
What I can say,
Ku dantan nyinkuoto.
few things in this matter.
Nyunlana
The coming of these people,
manfelonje.
I wasn't aware of it. I didn't.
Niajenge accept.
The reason for me to accept them,
Nkorioleng.
well, I had no choice.
And on directives from the former president and the commander of the armed force, Yaya Jammeh, Wole direct.
And it was a directive from the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Yaya Jammeh. What I can tell them now is, let's all bear. If it is me who brought these people, I would have told them to forgive me. If it was me who gave them to drink those type of concoctions, I will tell them to forgive me.
But
this is a service which I did against my will. They have been to my own compound. And they didn't go to these people's compound. What later happened to me was even worse than what happened to them. I would say that it was the Almighty God who protected me. When we come back, I might explain that.
But nonetheless, at that point, you didn't refuse the orders, correct? And you've explained the reasons why you didn't refuse that order. In spite of that, isn't there something you want to say to them because you weren't able to carry out your responsibility as IGP in order to protect them from that kind of occurrence?
Yes, that's what I have to tell them. I'm pleading to them to forgive me.
Because
at that time, I don't have the powers. I don't have the command. I don't have the people. I don't have the weapons.
I was alone.
I was alone.
Interior Minister Beje.
The Interior Minister was
Who was my boss?
Who was my boss? Nobody had the daring mind to talk.
Minister.
The minister. He was aware. He wouldn't say that he was not aware. If he's my boss, he didn't take any action. And he was the man between me and the big man.
Always I cannot join such.
Always it is me who goes to face the big man. So, if I go to the minister and tell him, he will just say, hey, me, I cannot be part of this.
Read between the lines.
So I read a lot of things between the lines. This is why I cannot refuse. If I refused at that time, these people were armed with guns and they were there.
More than 50.
People who came were more than 50 people. I'm me alone. How can I fight people, that amount of people?
The police themselves, it will understand it.
It was against my choice. The police, they themselves understood. If I had forced them.
But it came in for a apologize, sense, it's my responsibility.
But what I can do is, as what you said, it was my responsibility. I will just appeal them to forgive me. They were under me. I should have protected them. I should have looked at their welfare. But I also tried. If I had taken his instructions, Mustafa would have been dismissed.
Thank you very much for that. Can you briefly tell us about what happened, what led to your arrest, as well as how you were treated while you were in detention?
Silang bela fila purus ye kumo fonyi sutunke kuol min ketete la mantorol min ketete la anding mune asabu.
Unfortunately, we don't have much time, so but can you give us a good description of what happened?
Me, what I used to say,
secretly on behalf of people.
I had many problems with the big man. In fact, secretly between me and him because of other people. I used to tell him the truth, but he will not accept it.
Nka advice la bukata.
I used to advise him, and he will not take it.
But at the end of the day,
aka jele
nka challenge.
He sees that I used to challenge him.
Yemelante kang asya batani.
What they put on me, what I was accused of was a lot of things.
Ndesa phone commission with the Gambian people mume.
What I can tell the commission plus the whole of the Gambian people,
Yaya Jammeh is behind until arrest not ta court na sorongo abe is Yaya Jammeh wala control.
It was Yaya Jammeh who was responsible for my arrest, my going to court, the trial, and my conviction and going to the jail.
Ya trial numpuru kante arrest atarante botanan Taiwan.
They tried to arrest me when I came from Taiwan.
Because ntata Taiwan le ngana development course keje. Then I came with a double diploma.
I went to Taiwan. I did a development course there, and I came with a double diploma.
Birin nata nga submitaya.
When I came, I submitted those documents to him.
Bon ntemu kebalti.
But I'm an elder man.
I read between the lines.
And I always take care. I'm always careful because I read between the lines.
1 week.
1 week. After my return, there were a lot of talk.
The following week. Yaya Jammeh fango call.
Yaya Jammeh himself called me.
Akonye ko ta Antuman Saho Minister of Ngamira Benung Water Resources. Antuman Saho, ex-marine officer.
He told me to go to Antuman Saho. He was at the time Minister of Resources, the man from the Marine.
According to Atefango Kumol Memfa, Konye.
According to what he himself told me.
You criminal olo na law police criminal keba.
He told me, do you know that criminal, that elder police criminal?
Sa ma understand. Akonye konko law criminal.
I told him, sir, I don't understand. He told me, you're that criminal.
Juma akonye your former CMC.
I said, who is that? He said, your former CMC.
Pamba akonye ha.
I said, Pamba. He said, yes.
Akonye ay cassette le dada.
He told me that he made a cassette.
Di Antuman Saho la.
He gave it to Antuman Saho.
Purungatata.
So that I can go and pick that up.
Nga panel form both police and NIA.
Let me form a panel, both police and NIA.
Yeah, matter ni investigate.
And let them investigate the matter. When I went there, in fact, before going,
the present Minister of Interior,
Yankuba Sonko, I called him. I called Malamin Sise.
He was then the serious crime OC.
He was the OC at the serious crimes unit.
Then Lamin Sanya, LS Sanyang Kili. He was then the Commissioner Interpol.
I called LS Lamin Sanyang. He was the then commissioner at the Interpol unit.
Then I called Numo Kujabi, the director of NIA.
Then I called Numo Kujabi, the director of the NIA.
Then Ngafaiko Aning senior officer Nani Sina.
Then I told him to come with 4 senior officers.
Betata Antumania and Bentaje.
We all went to Antuman and we met there.
Berim Bentaje Antuman Konye
When we met there, Antuman said,
Akonye ko Pambai le tata ka message di Yaya Jammeh la ko.
Pambai went and gave a message to Yaya Jammeh saying,
because senior Gambia police officers with military officers are engaged in drug peddling with one syllabus.
That senior police officers and some military officers are engaged in drug peddling with syllabus samate.
Surprise.
When he said that, I said that's a surprise to me. I said I never knew that this thing was going on.
But drug squad are a better office to investigate such drug activities.
I said, but the drug squad are in a better position to be able to investigate such activities. Because it is their job.
So but nonetheless,
I said, but nonetheless, where is the report and the cassette? He said, cassette, no, let me call Pa.
I Pa call.
He called Pa.
Intending DG, NIA, and Sonko and others be steering office auto.
Myself, DG, NIA, and Sonko, we were all in the office there.
Pambai aduntanang aning a Nigerian called Idrisu.
Pambai came in with a Nigerian called Idrisu. When he came in and saw some of us, he was afraid.
Antuman kayako pa surua kangoto pa togal.
Antuman told him in Wolof, Pa, sit down.
Akai pa bi call na.
And told him that the Pa has called
Mune majo you investigate matter bi.
And said, let me give the matter to these people so that they can investigate the matter.
So Antumani report ni mbondi a dinna.
That's the time when Antuman took out the report and gave it to me.
Birai report ni dinna nga report ni read.
When I handled the report, I read the report.
There is no signature at the bottom of the report.
I saw that there was no signature at the bottom of the report.
Then this report is not authentic. Who is the author of this report?
Then I told Antuman, this report is not authentic. Who is the author of this report?
Akonye pala safe. Nko pa magi yo yama train CID for 17 years. Ngai sign on nga fai wanyama.
I told Pa, well, you are my elder. You trained me at the CID for 17 years. Then sign this document.
Akonye dede yobu konono nkai ko dede pa.
He said to me in Wolof, let me take it like that. I said, no, Pa.
Nkai ko pa nyin sign.
I told him to sign the document.
So Antuman diamuta nkai ni wonten tabita. So biri Antuman diamuta then I sign.
Then I said I was going to leave the place. That's the time when Antuman intervened and talked to him. After that, he signed the document.
Birai document on sign the present Minister of Interior Biden Atelebe CMC nkaiko any NIA list alia panel of form alia investigate.
Then I told the present Minister of Interior, I told him to liaise with the NIA. By then he was the CMC, and told them to investigate this matter.
Yeah, investigation on foi pareta.
They did their investigation up to the point when they were ready.
Yeah, file Aegis Chambers.
They sent the file to the Aegis Chambers.
Aegis Chambers nata advised the ko ngapambani Idrisu Samba court with one Charles Okeke.
They advised me to take Pambai and Idrisu to court with one Akeke.
Yarafang pa Charles Okeke pa yarafang ate I nte.
On the whole, Pa, starting with myself,
Kulute
Mane,
Atelen Deputy State Guard Commander right now, Ani Mama TRRC.
He is the now Deputy State Guard Commander plus Mama TRRC.
Mama TRRC be Yundum Barracks.
Mama TRRC was at the Yundum Barracks.
I told it to me, control Ninsila Baleka cocaine wafi.
Pa said that it was the two of us who used to sell the cocaine with Silaba Samate.
But report Ninton told
But our names were not in the report.
So, nata biringal pareta for opinion yin nata.
When they were ready, up to the time when they sent in their opinion,
nata jeko Idrisu, that Idrisu Masadi.
Then I came to realize that Idrisu Masadi,
2005, Birimbotanan Sudan.
2005, when I came from Sudan.
Personally, I was a chief inspector until Idrisu arrest on a murder case.
Personally, I addressed Idrisu on a murder case.
Ntelenga arrest at Kotu.
I arrested him at Kotu.
Nal hachiloba kang tubabu doleng ya fale ya samba sanyang ye lolandi ya jani faketa assist.
If you can remember, there was an incident. A white man was killed, taken to Sanyang, and they cut wood and put it on him. He was burnt to ashes.
Our girlfriend is called Kate's Otori.
The girlfriend was called Kate Otori.
Honeybee of a prison on life sentence.
She's still in the jail on a life sentence.
Idris untelenga arrest biringa arrest ngala bungo search.
Idrisu, I arrested him and I searched his room.
Ngatuba bola pictures all taraje anala bank some of the bank transaction receipts.
I found the pictures or the photos of the white man killed in that house, plus some of his bank transaction receipts.
Because the
white man who was killed, that lady cannot kill him.
Because
even if the lady killed him, she cannot carry the man away, because that man was far more bigger than me.
So Nata, through investigation, Nata realized Idrisu with one Nigerian guy, Ninata Atola, was arrested at Bundung.
Then through the investigation, we later realized that Idrisu, with another Nigerian guy who was arrested at Bundung, the lady contacted these two people to kill her husband.
Because Keonyi wrote a will that now Fata.
Because the husband, that man, wrote a will that if he dies,
Musonyin Sala properties beta both in the Gambia and UK.
So that the lady will take over all his properties both in the Gambia and in the United Kingdom.
Barasi menkeno asajani na jani asala sebutol ke kabokono akiala muli.
But what she can do is, if he dies, let him be burned and let them collect the ashes, put it in a bottle and send it to his people in the UK. The lady was in a hurry. She decided to eliminate the man.
So Idrisu in Kids Authority with that other Nigerian boy.
Idrisu and Kate Authority plus another Nigerian boy were taken to court.
Even in prison, they
were remanded at the prison. Plus the lady herself.
Up to a time.
We saw Idrisu, he was released.
Musundingo was ya sorong asiodango.
The lady was jailed for life. When I was in jail, I even saw the lady in jail there until she even greeted me. Up to now, she's in jail.
Sorry, Mr. BADJIE, I don't want to interrupt you.
Mr. BADJIE, isi haketu malafike nyato kuntu.
However, I would like you to tell us what really happened to you, your own ordeal, because we don't have much time left. Because we know that you were, of course, arrested and some things happened to you while you were detained. Can you tell us about that?
Yes.
Yes, truly speaking.
NIA Alaji Moore and the group plan a Purukang arrest.
Alaji Moore and his group at the NIA planned to arrest me. They come up to my compound many times. When they want to sit on the right side, I'll tell them, no, sit on the left-hand side.
Prior to that, information.
Because always prior to their arrival or to their coming, I used to get information.
That if our plan can arrest.
That they are planning to arrest me.
Arrest as an IGP Daoda.
What I said was, whenever they want to arrest me as an IGP anywhere, then it is my corpse which will be carried out. We knew each other amongst ourselves.
For 2 weeks, for the 3rd week.
They tried for 2 weeks, up to the 3rd week.
Liz, Deputy Director NIA.
Liz, Deputy Director NIA.
I called.
He called me.
Address police officers mission.
That day I was addressing a group of police officers who were supposed to go on a mission.
There will be no extension. You go and come. Others would go.
I told them there will be no extension for anybody. You go, when your time ends, you come back, others will go. When I'm ready, Liz called me and said, boss, where are you? I told him that I am in Banjul.
DG ko ya jame ko ngesamba prison ibe muntole na.
He told me that DG said Yaya Jammeh told him so that we can take you to prison. Come.
Wasomanda Atarante, I saw the intelligence there. Mosaba Menata headquarters.
That morning I saw about 3 of the intelligence officers who came to the headquarters.
I was well prepared for it.
I was well prepared for it too. I was ready.
So nkonna drive where nina oddly.
I told my driver and my oddly. I told them, let's go to the NIA.
Then Tata through the back door.
We went through the back door. We parked our vehicle and went in. I asked them, where is your DG? They said he is in his office. I went after him into his office. I said to him, Numo. I told him, whatever is going on, I know all. I told him, if Allah is only one,
tonyale be sabatila at the end of the day.
The truth will always prevail at the end of the day.
So nganna odli kili
I called my oddly,
nganna nyinjaru fangole nyilamo
the bangle on my hand,
ane nyi watch fango
plus this same watch,
ane na rings dolbe mbala
plus some rings on my hands.
nga bondi
I removed all of them.
nga di na odli la
I gave them to my oddly.
ikafa sambu
He's called Sambu.
akonye boss munekera
He asked me, boss, what has happened?
ngaye ko iko yaja meko ensamba to prison.
I told him, they said, yeah, Jame said, let them take me to prison.
I was not dismissed.
I was not dismissed.
I was not charged.
I was not charged.
I was not cautioned.
Iman silandi mandew iman dandala.
Nga na bago diala nko numwe achali nsamba.
I gave him my bag. I told Numo, now take me to prison. Sambu,
akumbuota
he cried.
ngaye ko nga alata.
I told him, let's believe and trust in God, in Allah.
Then numo police yen samba Umar Chamla office.
Then Numo told Liz to take me to Omar Cham's office.
Yen samba Umar Chamla office.
They took me to Omar Cham's office.
Nko yankuba mfumo mobile la nga call ke.
I asked Yankuba to give me his mobile so that I can make a call.
Nga Interior Minister called Usman Sonko.
I called the then Interior Minister Usman Sonko.
Ngaye ko iko echi ko yen samba prison. Fele I have surrendered myself.
I told him, they said, he said, let them take me to prison. I have surrendered myself now.
Akonye ndete fenola je nkonka fo ne nibita nyi ya kudola nkafo ya bula. Ateka jele as a challenge.
He told me that, well, I told you certain things to forget about them. But whenever you are about to go to this man for certain things, I tell you, stop it. But you see, there is nothing I can do about it.
So nga telephone ring off.
I rang off the phone.
Nga di Yankubala.
I gave it back to Yankuba.
Not torturing.
The torturing,
A starter Walter.
that's where it started.
Yen single handcuff.
They cuffed my legs.
Just take your time, Mr. Badjie, if you need a couple of seconds.
Yen single handcuff.
My legs were cuffed.
Sorry, yen bulo handcuff.
My hands were handcuffed.
Ajibe yen bulo handcuff ote ya bulateng single konoteng.
After my hands were handcuffed, they decided to put my legs over it.
Ye doko dundije.
They put in a stick.
Yen hand table full tema.
They hung me between two tables.
Ni fango sina inside handile la mfasol be condition of mental.
If you can come right now and see, I will show you how the marks on my body, the torturing I went through.
I was bleeding.
I was bleeding.
Be bleed kan.
I was bleeding.
Na ngoni ndabe paramata.
I had wounds on my nose and mouth.
Yenna do di ko be farambala.
All my clothes, my shirt was all torn.
Very seriously.
I was treated very badly. They were beating me. And I was hung upwards so that I will say yes. I have agreed to what they were accusing me of. They took me to prison.
Whilst in prison,
whilst I was in the prison,
that very day, or the following day, your wife arrest.
They arrested my wife.
Your wife like father arrest.
They arrested my wife's father.
Your wife like younger sister arrest.
They arrested my wife's younger sister. They were all taken to the NIA and detained there.
Kanding Labangobola, who was member Karise Karikononto.
My last child, who was 8 to 9 months,
among susu abamato na family be detained ringie.
that child was unable to suckle because my family all were detained.
Mbe detention o kono je.
I was detained.
No statement was taken, a man charged, a man dismissed.
Just as I said, no statement was taken. I was not charged, I was not dismissed.
Again, the following day,
The following day, they came back again for me and took me to NIA.
On the right hand side.
If you go into their premises on the right hand side under a mango tree,
nga messenger taraje nga na dismissal sign wolto nga letter nyinta.
I found a messenger there. That's where I signed my dismissal letter and I took it.
Murundi back to prison.
They took me back to prison.
Mbe prison out of communication.
Mbe prison out of communication.
Imarest di mola.
No rest was given to people.
For atata tilidanta.
Up to some few days.
Inata yenkama koteke samba NIA.
They came for me and took me back to the NIA.
Mbeje iko statement.
I was there and they said that I should give a statement.
Statement dol beje intema sonke sign no.
There were some statements which I refused to sign.
Murundi.
They took me back.
Nyata lungola for on the 9th and for on the 13th of March.
I cannot remember, either on the 9th or on the 13th of March.
Suto.
At night.
Around 8:30 to 9 o'clock.
Around 8:30 to 9 o'clock.
A one-man cell, maximum security wing.
I was in a one-man cell at the maximum security wing.
Superintendent Alaji Job Nata Seloele.
Superintendent Alaji Job came and opened the cell.
Akonye jogal denya sola yala kabibile.
He told me, get up, we need you, because he's something who stammers when he's talking.
Ngulta ole nyama mankurto fango belto fango city.
I got up like that. I was even unable to tie the belt of my pants. He took me out. We went through the back door.
It told Belori nun David la office inside the prison.
They were standing at David's office inside the prison.
Light beje, new fluorescent light back at beje.
There was a big fluorescent light on in the office.
It only expect nun kwebente bondila the other gate, the main gate jana, the main wing.
They thought that I was coming through the main wing's gate.
Birintebe finti karembe observation o kekan ngamu fulaje many along yesu tele at the NIA.
When I was coming out, I saw two people whom I recognized. They were operatives of the NIA.
It told Benum Bansan Dingo Leka Fodo Korkaba.
They are from Bansang. One of them is called Korkaba.
Bukar Sala and Korkaba.
Bukar Sala and Korkaba.
Nimanyina.
If I can remember. Bukar Sala
and Korkaba. Benum Amile Yesamba NIA.
Bukar Sala and Korkaba, they were in the army, but they were later transferred to the NIA.
Ndela futorek Bukar Sala e na fonyin saba ni maskoli kamendum.
The moment I arrived, Bukar Sala suddenly put on the knife, the mask, the hat that they used to wear.
Bukar.
I told him, Bukar. I told him I have recognized you.
Fish money, 1996.
I told him I used to give your father fish money when I was in 1996, and I used to give you lunch.
One prison officer, Inspector Nuhadabo, he's from Kalaji.
Inspector Nuhadabo, one prison officer from Kalaji.
If anything happens to me, know that it's Bukar Sala and Korkaba, prison
When I told him if anything happens to me, it is Korkasala, Korkaba, and Bukar Sala who came for me. That night, they handcuffed my hands behind me. They put me on board a pickup, a nylon bag. This $2 nylon bag. When the vehicle was moving, they put it over my head.
Mr. Chairman, they're requesting that we give the witness a few more minutes, but perhaps it would just be a good time to have the lunch break and then continue for another few minutes and then proceed with the next witness after that. The next witness we expect to be short, so about 1 hour.
Well, if the next witness is going to be that short, we can't take the lunch break then come back and close with him. I hope that would not take too long. What's your assessment?
I don't believe so, but it's up to the witness and how he narrates it, simply because I don't want to stop him from explaining what happened to him in his own way. So I would say if we take a break now and come back at 3 o'clock, another hopefully 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then with the closing remarks, so hopefully maximum an hour, and then we can start with the next witness. Thank you.
Splendid. Meeting is adjourned. We resume at 3 o'clock sharp. Thank you.